Hey Pip, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's your wife?
She's doing good.
She's doing good?
Yeah, she's doing real well.
Good. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're probably having to rush home and she probably has dinner waiting for you and all that with the
Yeah, she
kids.
knows we're meeting here, and
Okay. Well, very good. Well, like I said, I just wanted 15 to 30 minutes. I'd love to catch up with you, but I know that it's going to probably take us 15 to 30 minutes just to talk. If we have time at the end, though, I'd love to
absolutely.
talk about family, and if not, obviously we'll get together and we can all chat like we always do.
Right.
So I appreciate it. Thanks.
No problem.
So, as I was saying, Paul and I recently started a business, and I know that we've talked numerous times that, we've talked about starting businesses and starting different things and finding other ways to not have to go to work when we go on our vacations and everything. We always talk about different stuff. And what happened is we kind of fell upon this. A friend of ours actually introduced us to it.
Okay.
And we just said, who do we know that we could trust to put their eyes on it? Because we really trusted the people we're working with, and that gave us the trust. And so this may or may not be a fit for you, and we understand that. But we would like you to just put your eyes on it and be able to see if you see what we see, and if there's something in it for you guys, great. If there's not, and that you're just our cheerleaders like you always are with everything that we do, then that's great
Okay.
too. Okay? So thanks. I'm going to just go through a couple PowerPoints because I don't know enough about everything yet, and it's easier for me to just follow along with this.
Okay.
So this is just talking about who the company is, and it's Shop.com powered by Market America. It's also called an unfranchise. Have you ever heard of Shop.com?
No, you think I would have, but I don't think I have. I mean, I've heard of Amazon. I've heard of, a lot of Ebates and things like that, but
Yeah, Shop.com's probably a multi-billion-dollar name, honestly. But it's Shop.com powered by Market America.
Okay.
Market America actually was the originating company back 26 years ago. And 26 years ago to today, one of the things that we were really impressed with is they've had 26 consecutive years of growth.
okay.
And as Paul said, he's not ever seen a company that's 26 years old that still has the same, like almost like the board of directors, the same originally founding people that were involved that are still involved today.
Okay.
So pretty solid company. They call it an unfranchise because it's like a franchise in that it's got systems and everything, but it doesn't have franchise fees, royalties, anything like that. We don't have to buy a brick and mortar. Everything is moved to online shopping.
Okay.
So it's really a shopping site. And I'm just going to use the slides if you
Okay.
don't mind.
No.
So this slide just talks about why somebody might want to look at a business, because this business, because it's with our phones and everything, we don't even need a computer nowadays. I mean, but with that happening, we know that some people, are looking for other ways to create other streams of income.
Right.
I don't know where you and Ann are. I don't know where you are, but I know that we were looking for to secure a retirement, and possibly, I mean, if we could get to a point that we had the option to be able to not have to go to work every day, I would love to be able to honestly leave my job and just support Paul in his business. So I don't know.
I get that.
Yeah, and I don't know who you know. I mean, some of the people might be looking for debt reduction. We know that, debt is really at an all-time high in the country, and
Especially that student debt problem.
oh my gosh, it's huge. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but whether you have a college fund put away for the kids, but we surely don't want our kids coming out with that kind of debt like these kids are coming
It's
out with
crazy.
today.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. I mean, we were actually talking to somebody just the other day that just went to dental school, and their debt is like in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then they have to open a business.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, like I said, I don't know where you and Ann are and what you're looking for, or even looking for anything else. You may not. But we saw that when we saw Market America and Shop.com, and we realized not only were they financially strong, but they had this proven system that I'm going to talk about here in just a second that's worldwide. So it's a global business. And everyone we talk to says, you got to go global. You got to go global. I mean, everybody's always telling Paul with his business and everything, you got to go global. But really, it was that third point right there, the ability to convert spending into earning. And that didn't make sense to us. It's kind of funny that you do that same look, because I think Paul did the same look. It was like, what?
Yeah, what's that mean?
Basically, you know how you create an annuity where you take money off the top, put it away, and basically create an annuity that's going to pay you later in life?
Right.
Okay, so you understand
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Well, what this company has created is what they call a shopping annuity. And a shopping annuity means that you and I are shopping for things every day. And so I actually will bounce ahead here. It's about owning your own business and online shopping. We already talked about that. But we're already spending it. Every time we go on vacations together, we have what? Flights, hotels, excursions, meals, entertainment. We go to the movies one night or whatever. We're going out. You buy a game to be able to play a game with people around the table. The stuff that we do is all expenses that we don't even think about. You just go, well, you're spending money on those
Right.
things.
We help a lot of economies, don't we?
We do. But they have figured out a way to take all those expenses, those daily, every weekly, monthly expenses that people are spending things on, all these things you see up here, food and beverage and transportation and toys and electronics and things like that. And they are taking that and being able to convert it into an ongoing income stream for people, because advertising is not what it used to be. The advertisers today they're not having to pay for advertising. The companies aren't having to pay for as much advertising. Think about it, years ago, everything was done on commercials, billboards, things like that. Nowadays, we have, social media and things that are free, and with social media, you get word of mouth.
Right.
Be it good or bad, right?
Yeah.
So, I know that you guys are spending money just like we are, and people are spending money. And so if we can take that money and pull it together, it's almost like a pool where we all pull it together like a co-op, like you have a membership to a co-op and then it brings the prices down. We all pull our spending together to bring prices down, but also to be able to create an income stream that is trackable. So I don't know, like, where do you guys like to shop? What would you say some of your top maybe 3 or 4 or 5 stores are?
Well, I go to Home Depot every weekend. We shop at the local grocery store. Probably we get a lot of our gifts at Target and Macy's, and at the mall. There's a Dillard's. And Nike. Kids like Nike.
And obviously Ralph Lauren, because I see you guys, you're always wearing your Ralph Lauren shirts.
Yeah, I like Ralph Lauren.
I know you do. Do you shop at Walmart too?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially where we live. I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid Walmart.
Right. Well, how about like going out to eat?
Going out to eat's a challenge. There aren't a lot of good restaurants around here. We generally go into Gainesville, or we'll go up to Greenville to get the restaurants.
Okay. Well, do you guys have some favorite restaurants or anything like that you go to?
Well, there's a Mexican restaurant down in Gainesville. And then in Greenville, there's a couple different local restaurants that we go
Okay.
to.
So they have a whole local program in addition to it, because, kind of like us, if we can support our local businesses, we like to do that rather than going to big chains.
Right.
Like especially for restaurants. So there's ways to be able to support the local businesses as well. I'm not going to get into all that today. We're actually going to have a little overview that we're going to do at our home in a couple weeks, and we're going to go over some of
Okay.
that there. But they take all these expenses and they're converting them, and they know that they can do this because of a couple things. One, when they look at income and household statistics in the country, they know that the average family is earning $56,500 approximately after taxes. Now, we know that it takes people below that and above that to make the average. So I know already that you're above that. But what they say is the average family spends about $51,000 of that, which says there's about $5,000 left over.
Yeah, well, I can tell you based on talking to my employees, that's probably backwards. More of them spend more than they make.
Well, and that's what we're feeling, because I can tell you, Paul actually said the same thing about his employees. He said they all complain that they don't have enough left over at the end of the month.
Right,
They're waiting for the paycheck.
right.
So if that's the case, then there's something here for everybody because they're spending money too. And I thought if we can show them, we're almost giving them a retirement account if we can show them how they can save money and also possibly earn money at the same time. So it almost became that Paul and I looked and said, maybe it's something we can actually offer to the employees. And they're using it through the office as well to be able to save on all of their office expenses, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
But what's interesting is Shop.com actually did a study, an independent study, to find out that $18,750 or more of that $51,000 being spent could be spent on Shop.com, which means that almost $20,000 of each home's bills or expenses could be actually converted into a shopping annuity that would pay them. And they're able to do it all because of this. It's all this tracking. When we saw this, we were blown away. Not only was the company really solid financially and solid as a company and people, what we saw was the tracking. The tracking of the purchases. When you go to shop at something, you shop online once in a while, right?
Yeah.
When you shop online, you see where it comes up and it says, other shoppers have bought this, or other shoppers have looked at this.
Yeah, sometimes there's some strange combinations.
No, seriously. But we know they're tracking what we're doing, and there's no way to get around it. But this company internally tracks everything. They don't sell that information off to anyone. They're using it for internal purposes only to be able to help business owners be able to develop more business for themselves and more savings for themselves and their customers.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. But the tracking actually is this incredible tracking system that not only tracks all that, but because of how it's tracked, it actually can collectively give 100% of the credit to every single person that's connected to it. And that was something that we didn't understand at the beginning. It took a while for us to understand that, but we're going to have somebody explain that financially when we have our thing at our house, because it's something that I think if people truly understood that piece of it, they would obviously say, I'm all in. Because I think honestly what it comes down to for us, we just had to take the time to learn more about it, and it just made complete sense. And so this is just kind of showing you, this is company headquarters. They're based out of Greensboro, North Carolina, and that's their worldwide headquarters, but they have headquarters in a lot of different countries. They're actually in many different countries. It's truly a global company. And then it says product brokerage. I didn't know what that meant. Product brokerage just simply means kind of like Home Depot. The company doesn't make anything. They don't manufacture anything. They go out and seek out manufacturers to bring branded products. So kind of like when you go into Walmart, what's Walmart's brand?
Great value.
Right. So, but when you go into Walmart, they have Great Value green beans, but they also have Del Monte green beans alongside of it.
Mm-hmm.
If we buy Del Monte green beans, they make money.
Right.
But if we buy Great Value green beans, they make more money because it's their brand.
Okay.
So this is kind of the same thing, same philosophy.
Okay.
The company has their own brands, so things like, we had to try some of the products first. And as we started trying some of the products, I know, we take a lot of vitamins like you guys do. And when we converted some of the things, and I can give you a sample here today, but when we converted some of our expenses that we were already spending to our own selves, we not only had savings, but now we're able to create an income stream off of it. Before I was just throwing my money out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really, it's just a really unique concept. And it takes some charts and diagrams that I'm not quite perfect with yet.
Okay.
And that's why we have somebody coming to help us. That's another thing I like about the company is we've got people that are actually willing to help us. When Paul started his business, nobody was coming over to show him the way.
Mm-hmm.
we had to
Right, you go through a lot of growing pains.
lots. And
Yeah.
we've been through a lot of growing pains with that.
Yeah, you're still growing.
Yeah, we are. But and I think that's another reason Paul was like, we really need to add another stream. It's always good to have a backup.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So and I know you have a really good job, but kind of like us, you don't know what tomorrow brings when you're an employee with somebody. I mean, you guys have been through
Hey,
layoffs.
we've been through all kinds of economies.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, 2007, the world was high. 2008, the world was low.
As we well remember.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is this company from 1992 to today never had a down year, like I said. So even during all those bad years, they kept growing. So that got our attention too, to do a little bit more research. And this was pretty cool. As you and I both already know, you can't buy a position with the Better Business Bureau. They have an A+ rating, which is
Okay.
really difficult to get. But in addition to that, they've won the Torch Award for 2013 and 2018, so 2 times. And from what I understand, no company has ever won it 2 times. And it's for trust, performance, and integrity. So they truly are well recognized as a solid company, and that was really important to us. And I know that, when we look at financial things and everything, that's really important to us. So this is just going to start getting into charts and diagrams. I'm not going to honestly go there today. I just appreciate you taking the time to meet with me.
Anytime.
Do you have any questions at this point on your mind?
Well, I mean, based on what you said, is this kind of like Ebates or something similar?
No. Ebates has a shopping program, from what I've ever seen, that you can actually get some cash back. So from a customer standpoint, the customer here can get cash back, but there's way more stores. And then also, when I ever looked at Ebates, if I remember correctly, they had a limit on how much you could earn, and then it was cut off. So needless to say, if you're spending, $51,000 a year, and $18,500 or more of that could be redirected to shop.com, and your break-off point is $2,500 for the year or whatever, you can't really get a lot back.
Right. Okay.
So there's no limits here to that. And Ebates doesn't offer any kind of business program for a business owner to be able to, earn as well.
Okay.
I don't know of any other company that actually allows a business owner to be able to gain off of this much of their expenses.
Okay. Well, I know Anne's looking at something. She's, how she's crafty. She was looking at Etsy.
Oh, yeah.
So could she list things on this site?
Oh, on Etsy? I don't think so. I mean, because Etsy is more things that you make.
Mm-hmm.
It's like crafts, like you said, and Anne's so crafty. So no, these aren't crafts and things like that. These are actually, you're shopping from, either Market America branded stores, or you're shopping from affiliate partner stores.
Okay.
Like a Macy's and Home Depot and things like that. So like when you're going to Home Depot right now, I know that Christmas is coming up, and I know last year I think you guys got your tree at Home Depot, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Yeah. So like you could go get your Christmas tree and get paid back.
Okay.
And get paid back for doing that, and collectively the system tracks it that everybody's getting paid. So what we're buying, you would benefit from 100%, and what you're buying, we'd benefit from 100%. So it's like this collective bargaining type thing. But like I said, we're going to have a thing in our house in a couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
I think I'd need to see it again.
Yeah, I know I probably didn't. I mean, I know I didn't explain it that well, but I really appreciate. Do you have any feedback for me?
No, I think you did well.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Sure.
You're hard on me usually. You were really soft today.
Well, you're new.
I am. But I'm getting the hang of it.
Okay.
I'm determined that I'm going to.
Well, I wish you luck.
Well, thanks. So I think actually we're going to do it the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Would that work for you guys to come over that night? You probably can't answer that.
Anne's
going to have to tell me that.
Yeah, I have to check with her, and I can text you.
Okay. I would have invited Ann too, but I knew both of you couldn't come with the kids at this time of the night. So I really appreciate you putting your financial eyes on it a little bit. And if we can count on you to come over and kind of be there to support us, and
Oh, we'll support anything you guys do.
thanks so much. We appreciate it.
No problem.
See ya.
Bye. We'll see you
Tell
Tuesday.
Ann we said hi.
Okay.
All right.